Hello, general biology students. It's Dr. Campbell here checking in with each of you for a midweek check-in. As you can see from the light reflecting in my frames, it's very sunny and warm outside and I am very sweaty, which is why I'm wearing a baseball cap. I'm not even that big of a Boston fan, but I do enjoy a game from time to time. As I check in with you this week, we've now made it past the first week point. Hopefully you're sort of settling into a groove of things and learning where to go to find things and seeking out all the resources that you should need as you go through each of our labs every week. And I appreciate each of you bringing your questions to my attention in our general questions forum. And please continue to do so as we go forward, or you can also email me personally if you are more comfortable doing that. A couple of things I wanted to point out from last week's lab. Last week we delved into what exactly are the steps of the scientific method, and you sort of investigated how those things are applied to different scientific questions. A few of you in your lab report pointed out that it is possible to prove a hypothesis, and it is always surprising to students to learn that it is absolutely not possible to ever prove anything, even if you have tons and tons and tons of data in support of a hypothesis. This is because, as many of you mentioned in your lab reports, the world and the science around us is always changing. We're always learning new things. So for that reason, we never really can fully say that something has been proven, only either supported or rejected. So that's an important distinction to make, something that hopefully you can take away from this class. Another thing I want to point out to you is that just as scientists do in the world, they must practice absolute accuracy, attention to detail. And I'm asking you to do the same things in your lab reports. So try to go through and make sure that you haven't left anything out. Make sure that all aspects of the question has been addressed, and make sure that you're executing some of that accuracy. Another thing I want to point out lastly is that in your lab reports as you go through, just as you've done probably in all of your other SNHU courses that you've taken so far, you can open up the rubric and you can see the specific feedback that I've left you for each rubric criterion. You can also go into the lab report file itself, and with these labs I like to leave you embedded comments. So you'll see sort of a little yellow bubble hovering over some specific area. So this way I can tell you exactly what was wrong or right or inaccurate possibly about the way that you have answered the question. And I like to do that so you can see exactly where points were taken off of or where something could have been corrected in that case. So make sure that you check out not only to view your rubric and the detailed comments that I've left for you there, but also go into the lab report document itself and check out some of those bubbles. It'll just take you a few minutes. That way you can set it straight in your mind before you move on to the next week's lab assignment, which I hope you have already started or at least looked into this week because it is super fun. You're going to be mixing some reagents and testing for proteins. So hopefully you're about to enjoy it if you haven't already. And if you have any questions about that, you can reach out in the general questions discussion board forum or always email me. So I hope that you're enjoying the warm sunny day wherever you may be. And I hope to hear from you soon. Take care.